What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy Coops back at it again with another super exciting, not really, but it's a video of the Dokkan variety. I'm still surprised that I'm even saying that because I thought I was done with Dokkan for ages. But at least with these videos, if I can make them, I can make them. And what I'm talking about is EZAs because, again, as I've stressed before, some of these, if you don't got the team, don't even bother. And thankfully, I do have the team, and I'll explain that as I go along talking about the team, because I didn't even think I'd be doing this EZA, to be honest with you. So my leader here is Super 17, because he supports extreme types, and I don't have Turles, so that's why he's the leader. Then we got this Broly, who's going to be our main damage dealer. I have a funny story about him later on as we get to the video. This Golden Freeze is here to tank. He's rainbowed for the memes because I had such a terrible box at the time. This Turles will go hand in hand with the friend Turles that I brung. And this guy will come in clutch if things go wrong. Now, I'm not even going to give Bojack time of day. He's literally just there to fill up the team. He's going to do absolutely nothing. He is the Yamcha of the group. But to get into more detail about how I'm able to do this event is because I pulled the Broly with 2 dupes, as I think you guys might have caught wind. So before the Gogeta and Broly little dual summoning thing went away, I actually had enough stones to go 2 more times full rotation around it, thanks to like event stones and then EZA stones and another set of stones. I think it was like the boss rush, which I wanted to do a video on that, but unfortunately I wasn't thinking. I was just thinking I needed stones to get the multis. My first set of 4, complete trash. Nothing of note. Nothing featured on the banner. It was garbage. But my second go around on it, I mean, I didn't pull the main Broly, but I pulled this AGL one. And again, sorry that I stuttered and I say different freaking letters when I mean certain other letters. It's a bad habit of mine. I pulled them 3 times, and I mean, it kind of worked out because I was able to do this, but at the same time, it would have been so much more hype if that was the main Broly, because again, with that AGL Broly, he's great, he's fantastic, but he's gonna be on other banners, So that's pretty much going to be me, like when people pull Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you know how they're turned off and they're like, I didn't want this guy, he's trash, even though I don't have a single copy of him, even though he's been brought back so many times. That's going to be me with this AGO Broly pretty soon, because I only need 2 more dupes and then he's useless. Though, I mean, he's just called regular Broly, so I guess if I ever did pull LR Broly, he could be used for super attack for that, I believe, but why, I don't know why I'm even mentioning that. So yeah, pretty much how the team rotation goes. This Broly, since he's all EZA'd out thanks to the Broly EZA event, he's going to be the main damage dealer. Along with the friend Turles that I bring. And then even then the Ape Turles kind of surprised me, because he's not the most decked out. I had 3 paths open in him, but not the main SA path. And he's only SA 5. At the time that I had done this battle. But he's still pulling out pretty good numbers. I was actually really surprised when I was using him during that. The Frieza, who I rainbowed out, it didn't really need to, but again, my box was so bad at the time that I was rainbowing units like the stupid Universe 6 versus 7 Piccolo that's really terrible and nobody should ever like waste orbs into. So that's how bad my box was at the time. But funny enough, at the time of recording this, I think my Dokkan luck has just gotten a little bit better as of recently, because this time there's a new Vegeta out, Transform Vegeta, and I pulled him on the second multi, not the discount one, but I got him on the very next one. So I was like, okay. Especially seeing some of these videos. Excuse me, my nose is itchy all of a sudden. I know the mic is going to pick up the gross freaking snot rubbing. I apologize in advance. I could just push this mute button. See how I wanted the combined push and mute right there? I'm very professional, by the way. But, guys, just deal with it. We've never been professional here on the Rocking the Blade channel of excellence. And then also to mention the couple other units I didn't mention before. Super 17, he's literally there just because I don't have Turles. If I had Turles, I'd stick Turles in because he's still taking a bit of damage even though he has damage mitigation. And honestly, this 17 is not one of my favorite 120 units. He's kind of my least favorite. Just because even though he's rainbowed out, and trust me, I had no intention of getting him rainbow out, it just kind of happened. He doesn't really pull out the damage, even in regular events. Now here he doesn't, pull out a lot of damage because he's not a movie boss. And that's the weakness for this stage. If you have, like, movie bosses to work with, that's what you kind of want to build your team around. AGL Broly probably being one of the best ones to use if you do have him or pulled him by any chance. And you want to try to stick within the AGL typing if at all possible. Again, that's why the Bojack is here. He's literally just there because he's a movie boss and he's an AGL type. Now, ones that would probably work better than him are the World Tournament, Final Form, Cooler, just because I know he's a really good support unit. And then I think the free-to-play Cooler would also work better than him since he has a good awakening and whatnot. I'm pretty sure anyway. Probably he'd work better than the Bojack anyway, I'm pretty sure. And now, the Tapions on here, you're going to see at the very last stage why he's so clutch. I can explain basically that, right now he's not really getting much boost from the Super 17 side. But when you take a lot of damage, he'll go into Hirudegarn mode. And this is kind of what helps you clutch out the, what was that event? Was it the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku event? Or was it the Family I think it was the Family Kamehameha event. That's what helps you kind of get past that one. Because I believe that one, what did that one need? Was that one movie bosses too, actually? I don't even remember what that one was, to be honest. It's been so long ago. But regardless, whatever category it was, I don't know if Tapion fit in there or not. But I know when he transforms, he fits into whatever category hurts a lot towards him. Or maybe not even. Maybe he's just because he's Extreme AGL and that Goku's super strength. He just does well. But regardless, he just steamrolls through it when you get to low HP because he transforms into Hirudegarn. You're going to see this at the very end because I remember that specifically, that happened to me at the very end because my rotations weren't the best, and it actually pulled out through to show why he's needed there. So there's that. But that is pretty much, I believe that's the team loadout, really. Yeah, that's the team loadout. Again, the thing about EZAs is that you really can't, and I hate how he lived on like 1 HP there. But, again, with EZAs, you can't really succeed in them if you don't have the makings of a good team. For example, the ones that are coming out the global pretty soon-ish is, in no particular order because they're still not out. I'm just kind of naming them as I name them. The Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, he's coming out pretty soon, and you need Super Saiyan 3s. Now, I do have Super Saiyan 3s to work out with it, but I don't really think I have the right types to match with it. And that's kind of an example of a bad EZA event, just because there's not a lot of wiggle room for the team you can use, and even then there's not a lot of, AGL Super Saiyan 3 options, if any. I don't really think there even is any. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think that transforming Goku counts as one, so I guess he would be the one to bring, if any. But besides him, it's like... Now, the Beerus one's a little bit more better, because Beerus requires Realm of Gods. And Realm of Gods has a lot of members on the team, so you can kind of, look at the team, look at what's intelligence, and bring based on those. And even then, the main Realm of God leader is intelligence. And by this point, by now, apparently, he's appeared so much in banners. I only still have just one dupe in him because I've swapped over to the free-to-play model because it's gotten me more. Me being free-to-play has gotten me more than whatever money I've put into this game. Though, officially at this point, I looked at the math for fun. Fire Emblem Heroes is now kind of the game I put the most money into. Dragon Ball Z still... a second, but not super close second. I put way more than I should ever want to admit in Fire Emblem Heroes, but at least with that, I feel okay because I actually got what I wanted by putting money into it. Where Dokkan, I never got jack diddly squat by putting money into it. So for this game, I've been strictly going free to play, and the next time you'll see a summoning is probably whenever we get the Super Saiyan 4s, and like however many months from now. And I'm hoping I can get saved up to 1,000 stones by then. At the time of this, I'm up to, and this is something I should more save topic wise for a more current EZA that I haven't done recording at the time of this. But still, it's I can't really think of. I'm not the best at topic thinking. Hopefully, we can have 1,000 stones by then. I don't know if that's realistic thinking, but it's hopeful. It's hopeful thinking, and hopefully, I get something decent. Because normally, like, those events never like they expect you to save stones for that, so the rates are really garbage in comparison. So, not looking forward to that. And I just realized I'm looking at the clock and I'm only like halfway done with this. I still have like a whole another half of commentary to talk about. Lordy mercy me. You know, so Borderlands 3 is happening. That looks great. I'm so excited for that. I mean, I'm normally the most dullest person in the world when it comes to excitement, but thank you. Thank you, Randy, for announcing that this is a thing, and I cannot wait to dive back into that world, especially with, like, what do they say? There's, like, over, like, 100 billion or something guns in comparison to Borderlands 24.7 million or whatever that was. I know, like, power levels are bullshit, and probably those numbers are bullshit, because, like, out of those billion guns, how many are going to be, like, useful? And I really hope, if they're going to bring back Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, it's styled more like pre-sequels was. Because, Lord, playing Borderlands 2's Ultimate Vault Hunter mode was the most atrocious way to play the game. It really just, that ruined the entire experience, and I really do hope, because they kind of forced it upon you at a certain point. And I really hope that they don't taint the game with that kind of bad mentality where plays the Gunzerker or you're screwed. And even then, the Gunzerker needs like one of like 4 or 5 guns to be effective. It was really bad. Now I don't know if it's this one coming up. I think it's the next set, but you are gonna notice a cut here. I think it was this one. I think it was, yeah, it's coming up at this point actually. So I cut here. I'm just going to make that apparently obvious. But it's not because I lost. It's because I fucked up with the key and Broly only got... Like, he was 1 away from supering. So I was like, well, I don't want to play this out. Let's just start over. Because, you know, Broly is the main hitter on this team. He's the one who's going to be providing the most damage. If there's going to be a turn without him damaging, I don't want to risk losing, so I might as well just start over. And that's the thing about these more poorly implemented EZAs, is that it's a lot of just resetting and RNG, and if you have dupes or if other characters have dupes, you hope those things like get off, and that's just poor design. I really hate anything that's like, yo, if you don't have the best RNG, you're going to lose. It's not like there's like no room for error. By the way, that beautiful crit right there from Broly, over 3 million. Jesus. See, that's why I didn't want to have him skip a turn. Yeah, this one was just a joke because everybody was just critting, and that's what I mean. It was because the RNG was super in my favor here. But as we come to the last turn, you're going to see that RNG was not more in my favor, and why it's good to have kind of a fallback unit such as Tapion / Hirudegarn, and you'll see that in a minute. But back on the Borderlands 3 train, I really hope to, you know, see that do successfully well and show Anthem how a loot and shoot game should play. One day I would like to set up just some kind of, I know it would be a really long series, and I don't know how we would do it. Oh, by the way, this is Turles going Great Ape. I mean, it is not as clutch as Hirudegarn, but it still helps. But I would like to set up, if RTV's even like watching this the whole way through. I mean, he doesn't really play Dokkan too much. He still has an account, but I kind of do stuff more for him on that than he does. In honor of this news, we really need to do like a playthrough of Borderlands 2. Just kind of swap out between like camera feeds. I know it would be harder to keep up with the time in terms of like our PS4's recording footage limit, but it's something I would like to personally do. And that is even like sitting time. Like now would be a perfect time since I'm off, but he's all the way in another state right now, so that is not a thing we can do. Oh well, maybe one day, but I'm really looking forward and super ecstatic for Borderlands 3 just from the little teasers alone, you know, seeing all the old like Vault Hunters together, and then even seeing, you know, some of the new ones, though none of them really like super stood out to me, unless I think that Commando one's Tiny Tina. But then me and Alex are gonna have to fight over like who gets to use her, unless there's some super cool DLC people that come out. I don't know. But okay, so here's where this turn goes really bad, because it's Super 17 who ends up blocking the super. Because I figured, oh well, Gogeta's going to attack more. Well, wait, no, it's not this one. It's the next one, or is it this one? Well, we're about to find out. Yeah, like I thought. Okay, so yeah, Gogeta Super 17, and he just takes a crap ton of damage. Like, it's kind of dumb, but then again, he's not in the category, and he, you know, well, he's just not in the category, because he's extreme and he is AGL, you think he'd tank more, and if they just made it to where the units who are not on the category, but are of the same type, and the advantage type do more, then, you know, it wouldn't be as bad. But it's almost like you're bringing in a relevant unit if they're not on the category. It just I don't know. It's dumb, and I hate it. I hate a certain bit of these ones, but when they're designed well, they're designed well. But when they're not, and I think even here, I think on this turn, it's gonna be Bojack that gets supered, and it's like, oh boy, great, the best tanking unit. That, and on the very last stage where it matters, they do a whole lot more damage, and that's what makes it even more rough. So, about to find out. Though Turles with a nice crit. Wish I had a Turles. Hope I can get one from the upcoming 4-year anniversary thing. I really hope for that. But we'll find out. Yeah, my plans for summoning on that. Oh, wait, before I get to that, watch this dinky stupid damage. Wow! He did so well, and yeah, like I predicted here, Bojack gets supered. Again, this is like the worst turn, but fortunately, this is why you bring Tapion, because when you get to less than half health, he becomes Hirudegarn, and from this point on, he is just going to steamroll through the rest of Gogeta's health. So again, if there's ever any event that Tapion kind of falls into that category that you need to bring him. Because even though if he doesn't really fit on the team too well, kind of like the one that I had here, still I would bring him, because he's just going to be pulling out a crap ton of damage and you won't take any damage. So you'll be fine in that regard. But in terms of summoning plans for the 4-year anniversary, I'm mainly going to go actually on Vegeta's banner now. I was thinking about Goku because I have LR Gohan and Bardock on my account. So that would just have been the better pick just because of the LRs I can use. But since I have the transforming Vegeta, Vegeta's banner seems a lot more enticing to me now. Just with everybody that can fit on the Pure Saiyans like category. So there's that. But we'll talk about more of that when it gets along the way. And whew, just made it through another one. Only a couple more of these to do. Boy, okay, well, hopefully I can think of stuff to talk about during it, but hopefully you guys had an easy time with the Gogeta event. You guys can let me know what teams you run or other units that you fit in to beat this if you were able to beat it. And I will see you guys for whatever next video I decide to do. Bye-bye!